We've talked a lot about next year's race for Rhode Island's governor, but the campaign to replace term-limited Attorney General Peter Neronha will also be one of the most watched races in the state for 2026. Now, Globe Rhode Island columnist Dan McGowan joins us now. Dan, always good to see you.
Good to see you, my friend.
All right, so let's get right over the discussion, how things are shaping up. You wrote this week that replacing Neronha might be more significant than who wins the governor's race. So why do you think that's so important?
Yeah, I mean, and that sounds kind of hyperbolic, but if you think about it, Attorney General Peter Neronha the last couple of years has been kind of at the forefront of all the major stories happening in Rhode Island. I think about the healthcare crisis, right? He's the most outspoken elected official when it comes to trying to figure out the primary care physician problem, things like that. So I think that's number one. The bigger picture too is, the state has sued President Trump dozens of times at this point. He's the one that's, the kind of the lead guy behind all that. And so remember, he's going to leave office, but there's still going to be 2 more years of President Trump. There's still going to be a healthcare crisis. And so I think replacing him and finding the person that's going to potentially carry that mantle is incredibly important.
And the AG has been in the news a lot, like you said, with everything going on with the Trump administration. But no one who wants to run for Attorney General is really a household name per se. But so tell me about some of the names that we're hearing right now.
Yeah, 2 of the ones that are familiar, at least to insiders or like political people, are Representative Jason Knight from Barrington and Representative Bob Craven, who is the House Judiciary Chairman, has flirted with running in the past. So those are 2, state lawmakers that want to take a look at this. Another person that I wrote about just this week is Keith Hoffman. Again, not a household name like you said, but works, is just left as the chief of policy for Peter Neronha. Now that's important because he has Peter Neronha's full blessing to run, will likely be endorsed if he does decide to get in the race, and so he could have a leg up just because he might be the person that the current guy wants in the office.
Now, we got to stick with Neronha on this one. Yeah. What really is he going to do next? Has he made any decision for running possibly for a different office?
I think the only decision he has made is that he was flirting with this for a little while, is that he's not going to run for lieutenant governor. Governor is the big question. Remember, because of all these lawsuits with President Trump, he's attractive to a lot of Democratic primary voters, maybe not statewide, but Democratic primary voters. And so I think he's still taking a close look at governor. My gut tells me he probably will not do it, just because he's not raising the money, things like that. But he's still leaving leaving it open to potentially do that.
All right. We always like the speculation because you never really know what's going to happen, right?
It's good for business.
It's good for business. There you go. All right, Dan, thanks for joining us again.
Thanks for having me.
We'll see you back here next week.